Australia, Philippines join U.S. to deploys warship to South China Sea. Welcome to this video on the escalating tensions in the South China Sea. In this video, we will be discussing the recent development where Australia and the Philippines have joined the United States in deploying their warships to the region. We will take a closer look at the underlying issues of the South China Sea conflict and the implications of this latest move. The tension in the South China Sea continues to rise as the United States, Australia, and the Philippines deploy a warship to the disputed waters. This move has triggered a series of reactions from China, which claims almost the entire sea as its territory. The South China Sea is an area of the Pacific Ocean that has been the subject of territorial disputes involving several countries. China claims nearly all of the South China Sea as its territory, citing historical claims. However, other countries such as the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, Brunei, and Taiwan also claim parts of the area. The disputed region is not only home to vast oil and gas reserves, but also crucial shipping lanes, making it a significant strategic location. The United States, a close ally of the Philippines and other countries in the region, has been conducting regular freedom of navigation operations in the South China Sea to challenge China's claims. These operations involve the passage of U.S. Navy ships and aircraft near Chinese-claimed territories to assert the right of free navigation. In recent weeks, Australia and the Philippines have announced that they will also be deploying their warships to the South China Sea, joining the United States in a show of force that has raised tensions in the region. Australian Defence Minister Peter Dutton said that the deployment of the Royal Australian Navy was in response to China's unilateral actions. Meanwhile, the Philippines said that its naval presence was to protect its territorial claims in the region. China has responded to the move by warning Australia and other countries not to take dangerous actions in the disputed waters. The Chinese Foreign Ministry has accused Australia of interfering in the dispute and sowing discord. Chinese officials have also warned that the country will respond firmly to any provocation. The deployment of warships by Australia and the Philippines, in addition to the United States, raises concerns that the conflict in the South China Sea could escalate into a military confrontation. The South China Sea is an important economic and strategic region, and any military conflict could have severe implications for the global economy and security. China's territorial claims in the South China Sea have been a contentious issue for years, with several countries claiming ownership of the disputed waters. However, China's militarization of the area has raised concerns among its neighbors and the international community. China has built military installations and artificial islands in the region, further escalating tensions in the area. The U.S. and its allies have accused China of attempting to dominate the South China Sea and challenge the freedom of navigation in the international waters. Australia and the Philippines are exploring the possibility of joint patrols in the disputed South China Sea, where recent aggressive activities by the Chinese Coast Guard towards a Philippine vessel saw Beijing's envoy in Manila summoned by Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. Australian Defence Minister Richard Marles said on Wednesday that he had discussed joint patrolling with Philippine Defence Secretary Carlito Galvez Jr. As countries which are committed to the global rules-based order, it is natural that we should think about ways in which we can cooperate in this respect, Marles said in a news conference at the Philippine Department of National Defense in Quezon City. We did talk today about the possibility of exploring joint patrols, and we will continue that work, and we hope that comes to fruition soon. Terriella did not provide details on the scale or timing of the proposed patrols, which come after the Pentagon said this month the U.S. and the Philippines had agreed to restart joint maritime patrols in the South China Sea. There is already a clear path of possibility, since the Defense Department of the United States has also supported the joint patrol with the Philippine Navy and the U.S. Navy, so there is a certainty for this particular joint patrols to happen between the Coast Guard of both countries. Terriella said. Rommel Chudong, former vice commander of the Philippine Navy, told the Reuters news agency on Monday the idea of a Philippine and U.S. Coast Guard deployment in the South China Sea instead of the Navy will mitigate any miscalculation and prevent China from finding an excuse to escalate tension in the waterway. China has refuted the Philippine account of the incident, which it said did not reflect the truth. China's Foreign Ministry spokesperson Wang Wenbin said last week that his country's Coast Guard had acted in a professional and restrained manner towards the Philippine ship. A Philippine Coast Guard aircraft flew over the South China Sea as part of efforts to boost its presence in contested waters and protect what it says is its maritime territory. In a statement, the Philippine Coast Guard said it saw a Chinese Coast Guard vessel and dozens of what it suspected were boats manned by Chinese militia around the Second Thomas and Sabina shoals, both of which are inside the Philippines' 200-mile, 321 kilometers, exclusive economic zone. Brand new U.S. armored vehicle jumping from ship into deep water. As the ship sails towards its destination, the excitement among the sailors is palpable. They know they are about to witness a spectacular sight. A new U.S. armored vehicle is going to be launched into the ocean. The team is all set to execute this daring maneuver with precision. The countdown begins, and everyone holds their breath as the armored vehicle is released from the ship. It hurtles towards the water, plunging into the depths with a thunderous roar. The waves crash around it as it sinks lower and lower into the ocean, creating a spectacular show. The team watches on, relieved and exhilarated, as the vehicle resurfaces, bobbing on the waves. This incredible feat is a testament to the power and capabilities of the U.S. military. We feel honored to bring you this exclusive footage. The South China Sea conflict is a complex issue with multiple parties involved. The deployment of warships by Australia and the Philippines, in addition to the United States, has added a new dimension to the already tense situation. It remains to be seen how China will respond to this latest development, but the potential for a military conflict in the region has increased. We hope this video has helped shed some light on this critical issue. Thank you for watching.